let's talk about Urtext editions and why they are so important. Let's take Mozart, since I'm looking at Mozart. Mozart feels something in his heart, and now he has to translate that musical idea into his mind, translation number one, so that he can use his mind to write this down on a piece of paper, translation number two. So translation number one, from the heart to the mind, translation number two, from the mind to the manuscript. And throughout these translations, things are getting lost. We're getting kind of further and further away from the original music. And then, of course, from the manuscript to the printed page, which would be that, things are getting lost even more. All you have to do is just take a look at any manuscript and the printed page, even if it's Urtext, and you will see things are getting lost. So translation number one, number two, now we go to translation number three. And this is the Bärenreiter edition of Mozart sonatas. It's a wonderful edition, but it's a translation of the original thought. So since we're already dealing with three translations, then we basically have a lot of work, which is very similar to what somebody like an FBI agent would do in a crime scene. They have to kind of put everything backwards, right, to realize what's happening here. We have to do the same. So the last thing you need on your plate is an edition which is not Urtext, meaning somebody takes this and adds their own fingerings and their own slurs and you name it, their own metronome marks, and sometimes they will even change notes. So whatever it is, I think our job is already so difficult that we're dealing with, like I said, 1, 2, 3 translations. We don't need now the fourth one. And our job in general as musicians, it's so difficult that, this doesn't even stop with the Urtext. Even if you have an Urtext, by the time you take this and put it into your fingers, that's yet another translation. You put it into your instrument. This is not Mozart's instrument. With your own fingers, that's another translation. So the translations kind of never stop. So it's very important to not get lost in all of these translations, because ultimately our goal is to go back as a performer, go back to the heart of Mozart and connect our heart as a performer to Mozart's heart and establish a bridge. And that has to be solid before then we go into a much more dangerous place, which is the concert hall. And there we are faced with hundreds of people, and we have to now establish all of these bridges from our heart to their heart. So essentially, we have to take what Mozart felt through his heart and went through all these translations to our heart, and then in the whole, through the instrument, somehow be able to not only touch the hearts of all of our audience members, but to touch them in a very specific way, in the way that Mozart wanted.